We're here with the Naples Daily News Editorial Board welcoming Annette Kniola, who's running for the big Corkscrew Island Seat 3 in the Fire District. Welcome.
Thank you.
Could you take the first couple minutes here and tell folks about your background and your time in Collier County?
All right. My name's Annette Kniola, and I have lived in Naples, Florida for 28 years. I have moved out into the Golden Gate Estates area approximately 8 years ago. I am a mother to 4 boys, ages 17, 14, 11, and 8. As you can see, that's why I'm very active in the community, because they make me very active. I've been, actually since I've been here, even over my whole life, I've always been very active with the community itself, even through high school, in college, and whatnot. I'm always hands-on. I never get paid. It's okay. It doesn't matter because it feels good. It's just the right thing to do. And the greatest thing that I have given my kids is actually doing the same thing for them, teaching them to give back to the community as well. So they've participated immensely in many things that I do. We do things such as clothing drives for the Guadalupe Center in Immokalee. We also do, we've adopted a canal. We keep that clean, very clean. I also am very big into the civics with the Golden Gate State Civic Association. I am the secretary. I've been there for a couple of years. Been on the board 2 or 3. Been with them for 6. I'm also secretary for the SAC at Cypress Palm Middle. PTO mom for, I've got 4 kids, so there's 3 schools here. PTO at Sable Palm. I'm also on the SAC board and the Booster Club for Palmetto Ridge. I was on the Land Trust Committee for Golden Gate Estates for a year, but I had to resign due to running for this position. So, but it's a wonderful thing to have for the estates to have out there, because there's definitely a lot of land out there that's worth money. If people come and are in the need of something, whether it's a playground equipment or anything for the fire department and whatnot, they're there to help out, a helping hand. Let's see, what else have I been on? Also, the Better Government Committee with Sally. I've been with her for a few years. Let's see. Oh, in Naples Daily News. I love to write for Naples Daily News. I have a blog called My Thoughts Exactly. I'm very big on the community, and also, I'm also big on the taxpayers' dollars, and that's another reason why I would like to step up in my position as in the Fire Commission, because of the fact not only are we trying to build a park out there, but I've also basically found $23 million of impact fees that was basically taken out of District 5 and distributed through all the other districts other than ours. That $23 million could have built our park, which we desperately need and we are working very hard to get. Since then, we are next in line. We have $7 million saved up, which we are grateful for. And it's a wonderful opportunity for everybody to participate to get this park built. As far as myself working for the Fire Commission, again, like I said, it's a step up because I do give back so much to the community. I thought it'd be a great step for me. Plumondon was retiring. He was ready after 15 years, I think he's been going at it. And I'm like, you know what? This is a great opportunity for me to do something more for the community. I'm great at the taxpayers' dollars as far as, the watchdog. I'm extremely conservative because I'm a mom with 4 boys. You almost have to be and run a household. But overall, I think it's great. I give back to the community, and I'm hoping that they vote for me and I do the best I can for them.
Obviously, the big issue for the district right now is the merger and consolidation. Can you talk to us about your viewpoints on that?
Well, as far as the merger, I am for the merger. I know there are many people that are against the merger, but that's okay. You can be. Originally, it started with the East Naples Golden Gate merger. Clearly understand the whole concept between those two. They've begun their merger. It's going through, understanding the mill rate's the same. It's a good thing. For us many people wanted Big Corkscrew to go ahead and merge with them. Well, for one thing, it's too late. They're so far into it. To bring us into that, in my opinion, it's just too messy. Now, the opportunity with North Naples, what I see is growth. it's number one, in my opinion. Not only growth, but its level of service. If you think about it, east of 951 is going to boom. In less than 20 years, we're going to double our population. North Naples has already pretty much, I'm not saying tapped out, but you know, they're limited on what's going to go on from there. Impact fees are going to go away. They are a bigger entity. They're a strong entity. And with big Corkscrews being as small as they are, I feel it's very comfortable and very good to have a larger entity join us, because with the growth the way it's going to go, we need that. As much as people may not think so, we're going to need it. As soon as any small stores go out there, like on the Randall curve, which is coming, it's going to boom out there. Now, I know recessions hit, we go up and down, whatnot, but honestly, I do not think they can handle the growth that's coming our way, because Big Cypress, that could be 11,000 homes. Ave Maria is growing. I mean, do you think a personnel of 30 can handle that? Can you imagine the response times and the service that they're going to get? It's going to go, it's not going to work. So yes, they could on their own build themselves up if need be, but why not merge with a bigger entity? Why not merge with North Naples? North Naples is solid as well. Corkscrew is solid as well. Bringing them together, it'll be even greater. Now, in the future, what I see is basically, like everybody wants, well, the mill rate to go down, because personally, we're at 3.5 and then goes as high as 3.75. It's 1 in North Naples. That is the real tough call for everybody as far as the merger goes. I get it. I understand that completely. But eventually, they're working their way, and I want to work my damnedest, so to speak, to get it down as much as possible. Because the growth is going to go out there, the tax base is going to grow up, the impact fees are going to start coming in. So right there tells you, we definitely, with this merger, I think it's a good, positive thing. And in the future, someday, maybe 5 years, 10 years, I see maybe a little more than 10, then we can all come together as one. Golden Gate's together on theirs, they've got it working. Big Corkscrew, North Naples have their working. Then you come together as one. I just feel very comfortable. It's really based on growth, in my opinion. There's just too much going to be coming in the near future, and there's no way that they can sustain emergency response times, the service levels. That I don't see it, and I just don't see it.
What we're hearing from the opponents in North Naples, you said Big Corkscrew is solid. There's perception in North Naples.
There is. Yes, there is. Well, they do. The reserves, like they have come in the red by 430,000 this past year. Now they're budgeted, hopefully, to come in at 80,000. Yes, I do agree, but it's not substantial. But I also look at it this way. Do we not have a checking book and a saving book, or a general fund and a reserves? Do you not have to sometimes borrow from your savings account to kind of help you out in the checking account? Yeah, I understand all that. There's a whole balance factor there, but there's also a way to make sure that you don't expend so much to the point where you're upside down. Chief Rita has done a great job sustaining this, the fire department. I don't foresee it going under. I don't foresee the reason why we're going with North Naples is because we're in the red. No, we don't have to merge. I get it. We can continue with the interlocal agreement. I know it's, was it since February we've been in with the interlocal agreement. It's been working. They've saved, what, 250,000 so far, which is great. If, like I said, if the merger doesn't go through, we'll continue with the interlocal, but eventually it's going to come together, hopefully. If not this election, the presidential election, it'll be on the ballot again. But either way, I'll go either way. Whichever way it's voted on, I will work to do my best as far as keeping Big Corkscrew going the best that they can. But I do not see, from what I've read, as it being as horrific as some people say, because it's not.
You mentioned the millage rate as being one difference that would have to be addressed going forward. What about the pay scale of the two departments?
Well, that's really big too, because in my opinion, you would think that the Big Corkscrew firefighters are all jumping, oh yay, we're going to get the same as what North Naples is going to get. Well, they're in for a rude awakening, but there is no rude awakening because they already know, and they're fine with it. The unions have discussed it. The unions have to, they basically have to come together and and work out that themselves. Now, as far as where this money is going to come from, because eventually the pay scale is going to have to harmonize eventually, but right now they agreed it's going to be 3 to 5 years before they even consider any raises. Now, how they're going to look at that, which is going to take, like I said, some negotiations with the unions, is the assessed values on the homes. Now, it's going to go up, but we were assessed at like 11% this year, and they budgeted for 7%. Now, see, that 4% difference is what they can capture in with the harmonization for the men to get their raises. But that is such, it's going to be so detailed, and it's going to have to take a lot of work to get where they need to be as far as growth and the assessed values, because we can go down again, we can go up again, we can go down again. How they're going to maintain that level is, I'm honestly very curious to see how this is going to pan out. I don't see it happening anytime soon, and they know it, and they're comfortable with it. So as long as they're good with that, I'm good with that.
What about improving response times or any kind of services that you would see, and how those would be affected by the consolidation?
Well, so far, since the ALS program is out there 24/7, we have one guy on for 24 hours, it has, the response times went from 12 minutes to 8. So far, so good. Combining the two, if you think about it, you're combining, what is it, 125 guys in North Naples. We've got 30. You're looking at over 150 men and women working together. Now, if something occurs, whether it's in Big Corkscrew or North Naples, the response times, in my opinion, will get quicker because they're working together as a team. Now, the response times are good, but as far as them getting better, this way, if you're merged, the North Naples can get there just as quick. We don't have to wait if it's like right now, interlocal. We'd basically have to call them in, but we'd still have to be on the scene first before they would show up. It's, I see the efficiency being better, the response times being quicker, and it also goes back to the savings over the next 5 years. They planned for $2.5 million in savings. So $2.5 million in savings, that also, not only savings, they could also have a fire station. They're going to add 12 men right there around the Heritage Bay area, which is kind of right in between. Right there gives you another fire station, quicker response times. I think it's phenomenal. It all works together quite nicely, if that makes sense. I do believe it'll get better.
You've got a lot of personal things that you're juggling. Have you been able to attend any fire district meetings?
Honestly, I haven't missed one. The only one I did miss was when I was in Sarasota for a weekend trip. Wasn't back till Wednesday, it was on Tuesday. But no, I don't miss meetings whatsoever, whether it's Civic Association, these fire, I've been to every single one of them. I enjoy it. I really enjoy getting out there.
Over 8 years that you've been there?
Oh, I'm sorry, no. No, over the 8 years, as far as all the fire meetings, right. No. I have been to, since February, nonstop, haven't missed a beat. Prior to that, sporadic. I can't say that I've been to many. I was more involved with the Civic Association. Hoagie, I forgot to mention I was with Hoagie. I was on the board there for a couple of years as well, but they've kind of, distinguished or fell apart. But no, over the 8 years, no, I have not. And I'll be honest with you, I am not a fireman, or I don't know how to drive a fire truck, or I don't know how to put out fires other than if my kids throw one in the backyard. I am a fresh look, in my opinion, to the community, fresh eyes. This way, see, a lot of people say, well, it's good to have that knowledge of, whether you're a fire, EMS, to have that knowledge on the board. Yes, it's wonderful. And that's something I can also learn over time. But it's also good for somebody like me, the outsider. I wouldn't be favoring anybody. I'm working for the taxpayers, and I'm also working for the fire department as well. So there gives a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit of fresh outlook, in my opinion, and how I feel what could happen as far as the budget goes and as far as anything goes on in the fire department. I'm not going to favor anybody. I don't need to. I'm honest. I even talked to the union. I said, if there's something you guys may want and I don't think we can't afford it, then you're not going to get it. It's just the way I am. I pretty much tell it like it is, and I'm very comfortable saying no if I have to.
Sounds like you keep yourself pretty busy. Do you work outside the home?
I work in real estate, and I only work part-time. I work around 10 hours a week because I have the kids as well. And that's another good thing. I have time for this. I can do this, and I love it.
Your opponent also doesn't have that firefighting background.
Correct.
Neither one of you do. So what is it that would make me want to vote for you as opposed to your opponent?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I don't know Richard all that well. Really, nobody has ever seen him before in our lives up until, I don't know, I think this one meeting he showed up. He seemed like a nice guy there. He was just had a few questions. I'm not here, I don't like bashing anybody, but the first thing he says is to raise my taxes in order, no consolidation, raise my taxes. Now it's consolidations, don't raise taxes. So there I'm a little flip-flop, can't quite understand him a little bit. I try to introduce myself. I'm not getting anywhere with that. I come to all the meetings, I talk, I'm very much with the community. He doesn't come to many meetings at all, to be honest with you, and unfortunately he's never even been to the fire departments and met the men or talked to anybody. You have to do that. You have to get in there and get involved. As far as the community work, I don't, honestly, like I'll be honest with you, I've never heard the guy. He just showed up out of the blue. Nobody knows who he is. I really can't judge him because I don't know him. Initially when I saw him, he seems like a nice guy. The second time I saw him, I tried to answer a question. He threw his arms up to me, and I had yet to meet him, so I don't know quite how to handle that. And as far as the tough part of this campaigning, it's all new to me. I had no idea. I thought I would just, okay, Paul, you're going to retire. This is a great little step up for me. I think I'd be great. And then hell broke loose. Everybody wants to be a fire commissioner, so which is fine. So I am dealing with campaigning, all new to me. Have no idea that it was going to turn out this way. There's a few tricks that have been going on in my book that I don't like, but I have since fought back. I don't care to be looked upon as a peon or inferior to others, which has been sent out in a flyer matched up with him, and that really kind of bugs me, and it's very disheartening because of the work that I've done out there. To see somebody do that to me, it's tough, but they say that's politics. I can handle it, which I can.
So what has your involvement been in terms of going to check out the fire stations, talking with the firefighters directly?
Oh, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I love the fire department. I'm in the schools, I'm in the fire departments. I take the kids in there. I've been to the blood drives. I stop in. I've had lunch. I go to the meetings. I've done the whole tour of our whole district, basically even where the future fire station is going to go up. I've met up with the other fire station, the men. I've toured everything, how they sleep, their shifts, when they get up, who sleeps, who goes on, when does ALS go. It's very interesting, I'll have to admit. Meeting them all, there's not a lot, so it's kind of one-on-one. It's kind of nice. It's small. If you get into the merger and the bigger entity, yes, I'm going to have to go over there and tour all that. Actually, I plan on doing that before the end of the month. Rita's going to go ahead and have me meet all this, go to the stations and meet everybody. But I'm hands-on. I stop by, anytime. It's good for them to have that too. They want to see that. They want to see that you're involved. The firefighters, definitely.
What other issues besides the merger are you hearing people talk about?
Besides the merger, well, let's see. Well, obviously it's the mill rate too. You mean having to do with this?
With the district.
The district. With the district as a whole, with anything,
with
whether it's roads or just fire.
Just related to
because
the
there's
fire
so much
services.
going on out there.
Yeah.
More that I've heard is basically that they want to continue to be where they're at and to stay strong. Everybody highly respects Chief Rita and the Assistant Mike for doing the great job that they have been. I mean, I've heard all good about them. I've read all good about them, and they're good, down-to-earth people. As far as anything else beyond the merger, No, I think they do a good job, but I do believe we can get out of that red just a little bit more. And I think I can be a big part of that. I can try. Other than that, no, it's really been quite positive. I really don't have anything negative to say. And I do believe the whole reason we're here today is because of this merger.
Okay. Last question. We're at 19 minutes plus here. Any last statements or anything you want to cover that we haven't covered?
I think I covered a lot actually, but well, I would love your endorsement. I think I'm a great candidate for the spot. I am hands-on community member. My time is not limited whatsoever. I don't miss a beat. I can be where I want to be. Real estate's very flexible. I have teenagers that can watch kids. I can go to any meeting seen fit. I can fly out of the state if I need to fly out of the state and do something as far as the fire commission goes. I am very hands-on and I'm a strong community member. Another great thing I do want to say is, since I thank Jeff Lytle for this, by the way, he has brought me where I am today. He has gotten me to the point where not only my thoughts exactly has grown, but we've also established a community forum called the Estates Community on Facebook. We have almost, what are we at, 996 people today. People love that site. It's a great site. So I'm hands-on. I post every day, whether it's, you know, trick-or-treating going on, whatnot. I just want to let you know, I'm not going to let you down. I'm not going to let the commission down. I'll be there at all times, and I'm going to do the best I can to be a great fire commissioner.